It is.
Remember, please no swearing, no racist or sexist comments.
No
Don't
racist comments?
don't
Oh,
mention the war.
No racism.
that is my favorite thing.
Jeff, you're allowed casual amounts of it.
Oh, that's fine then. I'm alright with that. I wasn't really gonna be hoping for any more, so casual is just fine.
Is this going to be recorded so we can like upload it to YouTube or something at some point? Yeah. So maybe we can accumulate views over a spread.
Uh-huh. Are we gonna make like a separate account for it? Just okay. Dope. Most bodacious.
Prodigious babes. Yeah, just like. So you want to give me a little rundown of your is he just
Be aggressive. Be aggressive.
Ben? Ben? Anyone?
Hello?
Oh, okay. Why are my competitors not talking? I'm disheartened.
I think it's because you're quiet. Are we like live? Are we doing this? Should we have an introduction or something?
No, we don't have introductions. We're just doing.
Okay.
I've already started.
Yeah, that's what I meant. No big deal, I guess. Roll with it. We're professionals. We can have
No big deal.
no biggie.
We can hack it.
Can you hack it?
So, doing now is I'm mixing together this here butter and
Are you the
sugar.
hacker?
Butter and what? Sorry.
White coffee that now. So I just put together.
Your microphone is barely picking up things, or maybe that's just me.
Oh, yeah. Was it all those weird ones like hanged and hungry and rubber?
So, Jeff,
Yeah.
what can you say about the three chefs that are performing today?
Well, I know for a fact. There's an echo. I know it's putting him off. Last week I think it was pretty unanimous that Nick had the better dish. His cake came out quite nice, but we have a new contestant, so always
Alright.
interesting to see how that's going to be. Ben, he's new to this, but not sure what he's going to pull out of the hat. It's going to
Is
be
there?
a tricky one.
I think he'll be able to accomplish it, be able to manage it, hopefully.
Yeah, if he can, all the credit to him. I mean, he's up against some seasoned veterans here, so
100% track record for Nick.
uh-huh. But that's not to discount the efforts of Rob, who has well, he's not a force to be reckoned with yet, but he's certainly a name that's known to long-time viewers of the show.
Amazing.
So we're going to go live to one of our season contestants. I'm going to ask Nick. Nick, what are you making for us today?
Today we're going to bake chocolate cake instead of vanilla cake. We're going to be original here.
Chocolate, of course.
Afterwards we're going to make chicken rice and curry because the cake is baking.
Chocolate, of course, being the national food of Belgium, which is where
How sweet it is.
the new chef hails from. The new chef, the seasoned chef.
The season chef. It's funny because that's
Very
that's a good cooking joke you've got there.
Thank you. That's why we're called Pots and Puns.
See what we did there.
I'm working at it. That'd be great. Ben, could you walk us through what you're making today?
Yeah, I'm making don't know if you can read that.
Is that Hugh Fernley Whittingstall's book, River Cottage Every Day?
River Cottage every day.
Indeed,
Oh,
it
wow.
is.
Well,
I
that's-
love the stand that you have.
Oh,
As well?
yeah, it's for professional bakers, master bakers like myself.
I see.
we have a lot of master bakers on the show.
We do. It's one of my favourite professions.
Of course.
Jeff, if you could link this to Facebook and get the ball rolling, please.
Sure. Hang about.
Thank you.
You should also tweet it. Everyone should tweet it.
With the hashtag.
Don't have me to go over what I'm doing or anything. I'm just standing here. Even here, it's not like my microphone's quiet. What?
Get the sieve. Sugar.
You guys can hear me. I feel so. Can we get this? Guys? Someone? Anyone? Hello?
So what's the matter?
Hello?
What's happening?
Can you guys hear me when I'm talking?
Your microphone is kind of
Like,
yeah. Didn't have to make the sounds. I guess I could have just said that.
It's a bit broken.
I'll be fine.
You'll be fine.
I need a sieve.
Nick, what are you making again?
I am making chocolate cake. Chocolate cake.
All recipes will be available on our website after the show.
We have a website.
We have a website. It's called In Our Minds.
It's
.co.uk.
I'm not sure if you can see this, but my butter has markings for every 50 grams.
Is that
is very
store
versatile.
butter or is that Tesco value?
It is Tesco English butter unsalted.
Not value. Going for
Not
the
value. Go for the expensive
upmarket
outlook.
stuff here.
Mm.
I mean, the recession has hit some hard, but others able to afford these top quality ingredients.
Me myself, I cook with coal and stone up north.
I don't eat. I sustain myself through the air.
I was gonna say, you've reached level 8 Grand Wizard, haven't you?
Mm-hmm.
Guys, pay attention to me.
We have our
That is.
rookie chef, Rob Barton, egotistical maniac, some might say.
You'll think, cupcakes, that's kind of boring, but I'm actually adding real fruit to it. Adding real bananas, and it's going to be awesome. I'm now just mashing it up with a fork.
Wait, did he say real bananas?
Real bananas.
Real
These are
bananas.
in
Was he
season.
making steak?
We all use quality ingredients at all.
We always like to use in season ingredients.
Was he making steak though?
Yeah, steak, fucking some.
It's getting this.
We have a bit of a. We might. Louis Jacobs has just contacted me on sorry for using names. A certain Mr. LJ of Sainsbury's is watching us live. He is swearing at me viciously. Yeah, he is. Yep, that's brilliant. Does he want an invite into this? As long as he promises not to swear. Tell Ben I want to play games, and Jeff. Not me though. That's fine. You know, not Wizzy either or Rob. You know?
For the record, we'd like to apologise to our sponsors for showing the use of Tesco's butter earlier. I would like to remind all viewers that Sainsbury's products are the only verified products for
And now,
use.
cinnamon.
we'd like to say that I'm having a bit of interference with a man from Birmingham at the moment.
But hopefully that should be resolved.
Hopefully
If we could just get security over there, that'd be great.
One can say that Sainsbury's is helping us live well for less.
And
Some might say that.
what we like to do on the show is try something new every day, and I think those are a good set of values to live by.
They're a good set of values. Some might say they are a Selly Oak good set of values. Yeah.
I mean, you'd be hard pressed to argue with that.
Yeah, it would be.
Always important to grease the baking tin you're using so your cake doesn't get stuck.
Very
Good idea.
good tips here.
Or if you're making cupcakes like me, don't bother with greasy. Just put them in little cupcakey holders, and then you'll have perfect cupcakes.
Cupcake holders are and always will be useful, especially if you can get some with floral prints like are currently available at Sainsbury's, which are actually really, really nice and capture the spirit of the season.
Mm.
And even though when you think you've run out of cake mixture, you always want to scrape everything from the bowl just to get those last little bits.
Which often have the most flavour, it's worth noting.
You may end up.
Don't want to be
with another-
wasting anything.
So, Jeff,
Uh-huh.
we're having 3 types of dessert being made at the moment. What can one say about the types of the dessert that are being made?
Well, I think a big thing is that they're all baked goods. We've not gone for any sort of sorbets or ice creams, which I think is representative of the weather we've been having recently. It's been a bit hot, a bit cold rather, a bit wet, and everyone just wants something warm and quick just to eat and make them feel well. So can't really argue with the choices. As for preference, I'm a big chocolate cake fan, so I'm looking at mixed creation, but
Nick, are those battery farmed or free range eggs?
they are shells going into the batter eggs.
That's
We
That's
are having a few complications here. We are dealing with a very Brazilian egg.
Surely Nick has to be deducted points for this.
Yeah, I am keeping track of everyone's faux pas. I've got a little bit of a list, and at the end of the show I will read through them.
In the oven!
And it looks like Rob is already getting his product into the oven, which is always good to note. The speed at which he's working is really quite something.
Yeah, it's on.
Just throw it back to Dan for a second while I just go and real quickly.
I'm gonna have to mute my mic for this next bit, as I am using the electric mixer for 10 minutes.
Okay.
Why would
So-
you use an electric mixer? Are you beta?
No, because it says to use one.
Using machines is cheating.
That's not actually true. There
Back
is nothing in the rules
1500s,
about being
people did
used.
not use mixers. They used their hands. I really
Well,
don't use
any
them.
machines don't use your oven.
Still be perfectly fine.
Now, we're going to go to myself now, after Ben has muted his mic to use the electric whisker, and I'm going to interview one of the chefs live. Going to go to Rob Barton. Barton, what would one say about the dessert choice you've made? Some say it is a controversial statement concerning the weather.
Well, it's not controversial. It's just simply that a nice quick dish that I mean, it pleases vegetables. It's quick, it's fast, it's delicious, and it's better than anyone else's dish.
Fair enough, fair enough.
And this still gives me time to start on the whiskey.
We would like to tell our viewers that we do not condone drinking whilst baking, but Rob is an alcoholic, citation needed, so we may have some difficulties here. Just gonna see if Ben can still hear us. Ben, can we get a thumbs up or a thumbs down on how's it going so far if you can hear us? It's a thumbs up. Excellent. Going well. going well.
I am going to reposition my laptop for my main course while I'm waiting for my cupcakes to bake. So I will be a minute.
Seeing that Ben and Rob are occupied, we're going to go to Nick, and we're going to ask Nick, how are you doing?
I'm doing perfectly fine.
How's Belgium?
The bed is about ready. As you
That's a strong whisking motion you have there.
Is that so?
Apologies for that.
You
No
like
problem,
to
no problem,
excuse
Jeff.
me.
Welcome, Jeff, back to the studio, everyone.
Thank you. And interested to see that the progress that's being made. It seems Nick has finished the batter and is now whisking away.
What would you say about Nick's whisking motion?
Seasoned chef with his wrists really going into the action. I think wrist motion is something that Nick is particularly skilled at, and it really shows in his whisking technique.
This is what real men look like. Not quite like Ben Stoke over there, using an electric mixer all the time.
The electric mixer, that's a little bit of...
Some technical difficulties. Robert Barton is suffering some technical difficulties at the moment. We apologise to our viewers. Our 3 viewers, one of them being me. So maybe our 2 viewers, one of them not being Jeff.
One of them is me.
Okay, and probably Wizzy. Okay, we apologise to ourselves for
Sorry, being terrible.
Rob's
Are
technical
you making a video on demand, by the way?
Yeah, we should have a VOD. I'm pretty sure Wizzy's recording. It's all good. It's all
and on our live cast. Wait, we mean this is totally live. And Rob's back. Rob has returned.
So I'm doing steak now. So I'm going to proceed to beat the steak.
Tenderizing the steak is always necessary, especially with the tougher Sainsbury's store steaks. If you can get it fresh from a butcher, you're always able to get it pre-tenderized, but it's not quite the same quality as what you can get at Sainsbury's, so
Very
always worth
exciting moment.
remembering. Nick, can I ask what you're currently putting into the mixture there? Was that the caster sugar?
Yep.
Right, a lot of caster sugar adds a lot of flavor, I suppose. Is there
It adds a lot of consistency, which is quite necessary for a cake. We
absolutely
do not want it to be liquid, we want it to be solid.
often a problem with a cake is the more liquid versions of them.
There are liquid variations, but we are not making these, are we?
Nope. And it's good to see.
Normally, we would leave my steak to marinate for a bit longer than I'm going to do now, but seeing as we're on the time, and I didn't want to cheat and preparing, I'm having to do it now. It's not going to taste as nice, but it's still going to have the rich flavour, but not the burns of it.
That's to be understood. And I think Nick is having some technical difficulties. It appears his video's frozen. But in the meantime, we can just look over to what Rob and Ben are doing. Ben, using the electric mixer, can you talk us through the process? Oh, that's probably...
We have to welcome our chief of sass, Wizzy. Wizzy, can you explain through the sass procedures that are happening this evening? Good.
That is actually a very interesting point. How much spice are you planning on adding to your steak marinade? What sort of things are in your marinade? This is useful for the viewers at home who are cooking along.
Just a sec. The marinade consists of equal parts of soy sauce, Worcestershire sauce, and wine-based vinegar. And I'm now going to add a little bit of salt and pepper.
And to marinate your steak, do you put the marinade sauce into a plastic bag and place the steak in there, or have you a different technique?
Bowl technique here. The marinade's covering all the steak, and it's just sitting in this bowl
because I'm gonna need to out in a minute.
Right.
I finished my whisking bit, so I can unmute my mic now.
Right. And may we have a look at the whisked mixture? See how progress is going. Right, very thick, going towards the right consistency. I understand.
This is only sugar and butter at the moment.
Okay,
So,
that would explain that.
yeah.
And
And now I'm going to start on making some sweet potato fries.
Right, sweet potato fries. Sweet potatoes are in season. In fact, some people may find it difficult finding non-sweet potatoes, but due to a problem plaguing the farmers of Britain today, specifically with the very erratic weather we've been having, particularly rain. To our international viewers, you may not have this problem, but sweet potatoes always a nice alternative to plain potato chips.
Currently, have to grate 3 fresh lemons and put the zest into the mixture.
Very strong lemony flavour.
Preliminary batteries ready. They taste exquisite.
That's the.
All we need to do now is add the chocolate.
And how much chocolate will you
Make
use?
chocolate batter. I would like to inform you that this cocoa powder smells horrible.
But I'm sure the taste is worth the smell.
Yeah, that's what you said about the washing up liquid and...
I don't think.
Liquid is exquisite. As you can see, the chocolate is slowly turning the batter into a brown substance.
Mhm.
Which is exactly what we want to achieve.
And in terms of cooking time, how long have you put aside for the actual baking of the cake?
Hmm?
How long are you going to plan on keeping the cake in the oven?
Cake
Once
is
the batter's...
supposed to be baked for at least 30 minutes.
Right. Okay.
The consistency we intend to achieve. But 30 minutes should be just fine. I believe we are done.
Fantastic.
The things now is to put it in the oven. Of course, we're not going to put it in the oven like this. We're just going to pour it into a beautiful
pre-greased pan. Is this going to be the cake in its entirety, or do you have any plans for decorating?
Yeah.
All right. If I throw the same question over to Ben and Rob, your cakes, are they going to be as is, or do you have something additional to put on top?
Making a butterscotch icing and then using a piping bag and display it up.
A butterscotch icing, very very original. Don't tend to see very many butterscotch cakes nowadays. I think they've gone out of favour, but
I do like that idea.
Yeah.
Butter icing.
For my cake, I'm going to be adding on a mixture of lemon juice and icing sugar onto the top
okay,
to crystallize over.
sounds delicious.
And for now, the cake, you put it in for at least 30 minutes.
Self-raising flour net.
Self-raising, not whole flour, which is always an alternative for those who are... Sorry, self-raising white flour, but there's always the whole flour alternative for those of us who are maybe looking to eat a bit healthier, or maybe make their own flour and don't remove the husk.
As a cook, it's always very important to do your dishes as soon as you can. So you will have to use it for other dishes.
And 3 medium eggs to be beat in one at a time with a spoonful of flour.
Are those free-range eggs?
Free range.
Good to hear. Often is the case that we have people not using free-range eggs.
Since January 2012, though, it's illegal to have battery farmed chickens. Though. I didn't know
Really?
that.
I was not aware.
You need to be aware of these things.
Well, that's why I have you as my. Well, that's why I'm your co-commentator and you're the ideas man, I suppose.
Aye, you know, these things happen.
Always wise to
I like to
keep your
inform
finger
you
on the
that
pulse.
it's delicious.
Licking the bowl, one of the best parts of baking, I'd argue.
Although I am quite scared of the raw egg in it, I'm not quite a fan.
Salmonella is not as deadly a disease as people make out. You can live through it, so totally worth it for some chocolate flavored batter, really.
Soldier on through. I have my we're gonna have our special section now called the lives of the presenters. Just gonna go to Jeff. What did you do today?
Well, I got up. I had some fried plantain, which my mother had made with her plantain, which she'd got from the shop. And once I'd eaten that, I sat down and did nothing for a while, and then got ready to come on the broadcast. Had my shower, got dressed, and I've been here broadcasting with you ever since.
Fair enough.
Throw the question back over to you if you're.
Well, I got up, just chilled about for a bit, checked the Steam sales.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah, Steam sales are on for the gamers in the audience. A lot of cheap games. Pick them up.
Cheap games, a lot of good things. Bought some manga today. Not usually buying manga. I'd say the only manga I have is Scott Pilgrim, but that's not really manga because that's westernized. So I bought a series called Grand Guignol Orchestra because it looked quite good. It's a Victorian era style zombie thing. Seems quite a good thing.
Sounds very interesting. We would ask the chefs if they're not too busy to maybe talk us through their day as well.
Well, as you can see, I'm putting the egg into the bowl. I'm not putting any of the crust in, unlike Nick.
Alright, so it's a plus point for Ben. No eggshell in mix.
It's always important to wash your hands with soap after using fresh egg.
Good point for the hygiene freaks of you out there.
Now I'm going to put my sweet potato fries in the oven. I've just drizzled them in a bit of oil after cutting them up. Garnish them with salt and pepper just to give it a bit of flavour. And hopefully it'll come out nice and crispy because the oil will put off the fat and rest in the flavour.
Important question: do you peel the potatoes before you use it, or do you leave the crust on for a sort of wedgie effect?
I have peeled the potato off this time.
Okay.
Peeled the potato skin.
Mhm.
I'll peel the whole potato off. So I'm going to leave that in the oven for a bit, and because my steak won't take that long to cook, so I'm mainly waiting on cupcakes and chips.
Right. Well, Rob has finished basically the majority of his meal already, so that's a good pace.
Although one might say that is quite rushed.
Well, there's rushed and then there's efficiency, and Rob has shown us efficiency where last week he completed his entire meal before, whilst having started after Nick.
That is true.
So,
I'm going to get started on my second dish, which is chicken curry and rice, which includes 4 main ingredients: chicken, rice, milk, and curry powder.
Now, one is going to say that you could have bought your own rice, but yet you're choosing to use Uncle Ben's.
I'm choosing to use Uncle Ben's because Uncle Ben's is amazing.
That is fair. That's
You're
fair
welcome.
logic.
The most important thing about this dish is cooking the chicken, of course, so that's what we're going to do right now.
and what sort of chicken cuts have you got?
I've picked up for myself some high quality chicken fillet, which we're going to cut into square pieces now. I would argue 3 fillets is enough.
That sounds reasonable.
I'm not gluttonous.
It's important to ask how many people are you hoping to serve with these?
I'm hoping to solve. I am a very selfish cook, very self-conscious cook.
That and your family are away.
Always a contributing factor to how much you actually make and how much of it is consumed by one person.
So my cakes have come out the oven now. Amazing. And it's really difficult now and get ready to ice them while I'm waiting for these potato fries.
Fantastic.
If we're talking about serving sizes,
Uh-huh.
my cake can make between 10 and 12 reasonably large slices.
Delicious. And also quite economical for the number of ingredients. Nothing. Just watching the process of Nick cutting.
Oh, okay. I thought you said something.
I think that's quite efficient cut. Thank you.
I see your knife of choice is a shogun knife? No, it's a bush knife. My apologies.
It's a chef's knife.
Mum, Harry won't be able to walk to school on my first day.
We have some background interference from the family of Jeff.
Right, I will take care of that. One moment.
I'll take care of that. Proceeds to kill family.
I would like to inform viewers that the gunshots that will be heard in the next few minutes are not anything concerning at all.
How many viewers are we currently on?
And I'm back.
We have
Six.
7 viewers now. 7 viewers. What? To be
I was-
fair though, two of them are me. Oh, we have 5.
I'm not watching it. I'm not watching the stream.
Oh, okay.
Neither
Well,
am I.
I am. So we have 4. We have 4.
Unrelated viewers, which is would like to give a shout out to them. Thanks for tuning in. It's a little unorganized, but it's fine.
You're very helpful.
You won. Is that winning this? Is that any winning?
I'm keeping score.
Jeff is the official score master. And we have a ringing phone.
Those are questions. We have for all our viewers, we have a Twitter feed if you want to ask any questions.
That's hashtag PotsAndPuns.
Anybody tweeting that, we'll keep track of your questions, try and hopefully answer them.
A splash of milk is recommended to achieve the correct consumption. Okay.
Oh, lost connection with the headphones then. Couldn't hear anything. Wasn't good.
That's fine, I think. Seeing the very effective cleaning of a knife. No water or soap, just wipe it off and put it back in the drawer. Hopefully no food poisoning will come as a result of that.
A chef's knife is only to be.
Oh no, here comes the water. Potentially avoiding...
You have to use cold water and simply wipe all the dirt so your knife does not rust. But we do not want our food to be erased.
Nick, I like your choice of tea towel. It's a strong tea towel.
It's a very strong tea towel.
I think it's a classic design. I have many similar tea towels myself. I think it's fair to assume that that tea towel is an
Angle.
iconic one. Blue plaid from Scotland, and their buys for independence. And is that a very strange pumpkin windowsill or a bunch of bananas? Nick, I can't help but question. When making the curry, are you planning on just going straight in and mixing it in the pan, or are you going to do a preliminary mix and then cook it?
First I'm going to use some milk, and I'm going to add the curry powder, mix it.
And is chicken going to be the only ingredient, or will there be vegetables involved?
I will only be chicken. But I do not eat vegetables.
Reverse Belgians. Only on Pots and Puns.
As hell, yeah, vegetables are, proteins are more important.
Arguably. In quantities.
Rice from our sponsor, Uncle Ben's.
Uncle Ben's available at Sainsbury's.
He's my uncle. His name's Ben's.
Ben is not actually related to Uncle Ben. If he had a nephew, it wouldn't actually make him Uncle Ben. It would just, he'd just be the weird uncle. That's his name.
Unfortunate that I'm not a black man who deals in rice.
It is. I mean, I'm black, but I don't deal in rice. So.
I've just thrown up Twitter, thrown up our tweets.
All right.
So we might get some more views, might get some trolls, but you know, show business. By show business, I mean online cooking, streaming. But these things happen.
Mm-hmm.
I like the wide base pan that Nick has gone for. It's a strong pan.
It is, but I can't help but question the use of a metal handle. Heat transfers across that, you'll know about it.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm not a scientist, so one might say that I would find it indifferent to whether or not there was a metal handle. Of course, if there was plastic coating on it, one would find it alright, because it will probably, you know, insulate. But, Jeff, you did the science. Please go to our science.
Well, I didn't do great with science, but what science I did do, I can say for a fact. Well, I don't even need to go to science. I can speak from experience. I have a metal handle pan, and I don't like using it because if I do anything longer than maybe frying an egg, my hand it becomes dangerous to hold the pan. You need to use some form of oven gloves or just garden gloves if you don't have oven gloves like me, and trying to stave off the heat. It's not the most effective way of dealing with it, but that's what it is.
I see.
Is that butter or lard? It looks very pale, but it might just be butter. A lot of it.
This is me just making some of the icing now. That looks a bit thick at the moment. As soon as that will get that nice icing consistency.
As you said, it was butterscotch. How are you going about achieving the flavour?
I'm going to, most of the time, icing sugar and butter does it itself, but I'm going to be adding a tiny bit of cocoa powder, just to kind of give it a bit of a nice colour to fit the banoffee style, and also just to give it a little bit of extra sweetness to it.
Mm-hmm.
Here is the mixture so far.
Oh, it's really coming along now. It's starting to look much more like
For people who've just tuned in,
egg mix.
then can you tell us what you're making, please?
Lemon trickle cake.
I see.
And certainly the amount of lemons used will really give it that flavour that it wants.
Indeed.
Now, if we look at Nick, it does appear like he's ready to start browning the meat.
Spicing out the chicken.
Mm-hmm.
Use spices.
What spices are you planning on using, if I might add?
I'm going to use 3 spices. which are chicken spices.
Mm-hmm.
Just a mixture of, I have no idea.
From the look of the bottle, it looks like it's from No. Always good to, always a good brand for chicken flavorings.
Very good brand.
Mm-hmm. Having chicken tonight. No chicken tonight. And pepper.
Gonna give a shout out to a amateur chef himself, Mark Woozy, who has tuned in to watch the video to gain some new cooking tips. One of our rookie chefs, Ben, actually knows Mark Woozy, as do I. Maybe one day we'll invite him on the show himself. So big shout out to Mark Woozy watching us.
Nice to have him.
Nice to have you.
Mark. Alright.
Now I'd say we're about an hour in, and in terms of completion, I'm going to give it far and away to Rob. He's got his first 2 dishes well underway. We've got Nick in the second place, I'd say, with his first dish in the oven, and halfway through his second. And then Ben's sort of lagging behind, just starting to dish up his first dish into the appropriate baking pieces.
I'm afraid we are experiencing some difficulties. Well, our rice may be overcooking.
And how are you cooking the rice? Do you have a rice cooker, or are you using the traditional pan and pot?
Okay, the cake is ready.
Uh-huh.
Very important.
I'm just going to remind our viewer, one of our...
I will
Make sure that it's good.
So that goes into the oven for 45 minutes.
This is
And
very
45
tasteless
minutes.
time.
I'll be Rob complete.
My cake will be ready in 30 minutes, and it takes 45 minutes for you to finish your cake. How do you feel about that? Pardon?
Feels like Rob has disconnected, so we have a little bit of technical problems coming out here, but not a big
Actually, he's
deal.
simply preparing himself for...
It seems the that's some strong words, but on our Twitter feed we've got some people calling out your cooking ability. I presume it's you because it's in a language I can't read and everyone else speaks English.
Happening.
We have a Dave calling you out on your ability to cook.
He
Reckons
says...
you can't play League either, so
I believe I will have to proceed and check out what he's saying.
we will read it to you. He has also said, pardon my Belgian/Flemish, he has said, "Tis je muy boki v/d block #PotsAndPuns."
he also said "tis joboyat van hoy," which probably means something rude. So apologies to our Belgian audience.
A professional chef will always have critics.
That's valid. You just have to learn to deal with them. It also appears Robert has died, but that may just be in the process of moving himself from the kitchen, having completed his 2 main dishes.
Rice is slowly boiling as I am about to fry the chicken.
Just going to go over to
Beautiful sound.
go over and check. There are, at the moment, if any of gamers are watching, there's no new flash sales at the moment on Steam. Just going to run through them. The flash sales at the moment are Brink, down from $14.99 to £3.74, offer ends in 4 hours. Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, offer ends in 10 hours, 75% off, now £1.74, down from $6.99. X Origin, never heard of it, 2 hours, gone down from £13 to £5.19. And the Sam & Max collection, ooh, that's a big drop, 6 hours, £34, down to £8.74. Any of them sound good? I think you should hop on it. Go check.
I like to second guess the
Well, we have
recommendation of Sam and Max because whilst it's cheap, the individual packages are incredibly cheap, and if you don't like that sort of game, I wouldn't recommend you spend all your money on the complete pack. I think Robert's reconnected, yeah.
we have a shout out from one of our viewers, Mark Woozy, saying nothing has caught fire yet. Quite
Yeah.
clearly fake and gay. Not
It
sure
does
if he's
seem like-
being if he's being homophobic or if he's just quoting something. I think it's a quote. But you know, we have to make sure that these things we do not think that being
I believe a
homosexual
lot
is
of
wrong.
viewers are simply showering us in love in their own special ways.
Just make it clear that whatever Woozy says, being homosexual isn't wrong. It's the 21st century.
There's nothing wrong with being homosexual.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Nick, can I ask how long are you going to leave the chicken there to be spiced before you add in the rest of the ingredients?
We seem to have lost one of our chefs, Rob
Yeah.
Barton.
Robert has dropped off.
He has
Face of the-
dropped out.
I think what happened was he was moving from downstairs to upstairs, having completed the dishes. He's got both of his dishes in the oven, so well ahead of the other two.
I would like to apologise to one of our viewers. He was quoting the entire internet. We were well aware, and we were doing a thing known as winding you up, Mark. It's fine. We would like to tell you that, seeing that you are one of the only other people watching this, you and that guy who's making fun of Nick are now our loyal, dedicated fan base.
Thanks a lot for watching.
Thanks a lot for watching. This is Dan Galvin and Jeff Brewery commenting live with our sass master, Wizzy.
It's good for sass as well. And here we
So,
go, Rob.
to take the remaining egg mixture in the bowl to see if the actual cake will taste nice before it come out of the oven.
Rob is back, seemingly without being anywhere near his computer. Quite a talent.
I have the internet problem. My internet is bad, so.
I see he's got the icing syringe or whatever it's called.
It's a piping thing.
Yeah.
Me neither. I don't know. I'm not sure. Not sure how these things work. Pipette? No, that sounds quite.
Pipette is more chemistry, isn't it?
An emo has left the game. That's another one.
Mm-hmm.
That's on our Twitter feed. Bart Van Hoy. Shout out to Bart Van Hoy. Thinking it's an emo party.
Well,
Is Nick still making his curry?
yeah, he's working away at it. He's most of the way along. I think he just needs to finish the rice and finish the sauce and it'll be done. Sorry, that does sound like a lot because the curry and the sauce is the majority, but with context of seeing how much he's done, it makes sense.
As you can see, the rice is coming along pretty fine.
Looking good. In terms of flavouring, are you going to put anything additional into the rice, or is it just going to be as is?
It's very important to use some salt.
Mm-hmm.
That is true. Are you going to use any
That's
pepper?
point in that.
And for the problem with sticking rice,
Chicken is long.
do you have anything to counteract that?
I imagine it'll take another 4 to 5 minutes until it is done.
Mhm.
Just like the curry. As a chef, you time
I'm cooking my steak
to
now.
make sure that everything is ready at the same time. Make sure nothing runs cold.
Wait, why would you want your cake to be ready at the same time as your curry?
Then does raise an interesting question. One does not eat
Am I being
dessert and main
criticised by
course at
a
the same time. That is true. That is a good point. Good counterpoint.
However, the chances of you eating the cake directly after the meal is low. You tend to have a small refrain in between meal and dinner. Dinner and dessert, even. Seems Robert's frozen again. But that's fine.
Or he's standing very still.
Yeah, he's no, he's moving again. And I think he's begun to cook his steak. Or has finished cooking his steak. It's been removed from the pan.
My steak.
I'm just going to tag out for a moment to get a drink, so I'll be right back.
That's fine.
Over to you, Jeff, as solo host, and Wizzy, of course. Sass Master. Be right back.
So Ben, are you solely cooking the cake today? And is it ready? How long will it be, rather?
Well, it'll be another, I can't do math, 35 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
But I've got to make a kind of sauce drizzle put over the top for when it comes out of the oven.
I take it you're going to do that close to the time.
I will do that close to the time indeed.
Very exciting moment for all of the PotsAndPuns. All the rice is done.
It appears that Nick is ready to make a sauce.
Always proceed with care.
Mm-hmm.
Dried yeast or
On the wrong supermarket again, I'm going to have to mark you down for that. I'd like to remind Ben and everyone watching that Sainsbury's is the official sponsor of the show, and we don't endorse Tesco's products.
I believe our cake is done as well.
That's quite obvious. All finishing roughly about the same time.
And I'm back. Hello again, viewers.
Hello. Are we gonna get a closer look at the steak? This is happening. Damn. Yeah, we can just about see it. Looks good. How what amount have you cooked it? Is it well done or medium rare? I don't know.
Rare.
Rare. Okay. For those of you who don't know, you can check the tenderness of the steak by using your thumb. If you use one of your fingers and move it towards the thumb, in fact, I'll show you on camera. If you take your thumb and move one of your fingers towards it, the different fingers represent a different tenderness of a steak. Whereas the closer the finger is to your thumb, the softer it is, so the less cooked it is. And then your little finger is well done. Goes backwards like that.
Oh, the big sausage.
that's a handy tip.
Yep. For all you chefs out there, wondering how to check how your steak's done.
Oh, that looks good.
It does indeed look good.
I'm eating it.
Beautiful rice. Fluffy and white. It's
Very
good.
consistent curry. Balls me up chicken. Tastes wonderful.
It's really coming along.
Here we have our second dish. Beautiful. Not quite as chocolatey cake as I expected it to be, but
Wow, it's come out quite nicely.
it has.
And is that cooked and ready to serve?
I believe we have to test this first.
We have got a call for someone to burn something, but it seems our chefs are too experienced and too competent to have done so. Possibly Rob's chips in the oven might burn yet, and Ben's cake, but it's not likely. Ben's given us a shake of disapproval.
Steak smells delicious.
Unfortunately, smell-o-vision hasn't been invented yet, but I'm sure that we can go on with the word. Nick.
Here is one of my cupcakes.
How about that? Looks fancy.
I know.
Only
It's
it
quite a fancy cupcake.
hasn't got a lot of icing, which is nice. You don't want to overpower
Yeah.
the actual texture of the muffin. Or the cupcake, sorry. There is a difference.
Go now.
Is Nick plating up?
Does look like it.
Pardon me, sir, but
Sorry, I don't think anyone heard until you mentioned it.
oh,
That's fine.
awkward. Awkward.
No big deal.
No big deal, as one might say. Now, sorry to do a shameless plug, but you can check out my other work on the YouTube channel Great One Cosy, in which me and my comedy partner Paul Cosgrove teach you a series of life lessons. We may one day have a mashup of the shows, and it will be life lessons featuring Ben, Rob, Wizzy, Jeff, Nick, and myself, and Paul Cosgrove.
And it will be incredible. It will have cooking and it will have philosophy. It will just blow you away. Truly something else.
Do you want to link the YouTube account on the hashtag?
Indeed, I will.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I will. I'll throw it up now then. Not literally, I won't perform it up in YouTube account. But if I could, I would, because that'd be an amazing thing. Videos. So please check out these. And I will throw the Ustream.
That's beautifully consistent. That cake is.
Wait, what?
Quite
Isn't it
fluffy.
that cake?
Mhm.
That looks a bit not like a cake.
I think that was just the corner of it. I do question the authenticity of the cake though. I mean, we haven't seen the entire thing outside of the pan. It could have been an entire disaster except for that corner which was shown to us. So I'm gonna give him a negative point for my skepticism.
I hope you're keeping score, Jeff.
I'm keeping
and you're
a
not
very
doing a mock
accurate.
the week style score. in
No,
which
I am
we'll
doing
just
a
pull it out
very
of the book.
accurate score. In the end, I will show you guys the chart so you guys can see exactly where you've messed up. And you have, so don't worry.
Little does Jeff know that I've not been keeping score for him as a presenter, because that would be weird.
It would be
So-
weird, and I wouldn't score well because there have been tons of awkward pauses and background noises and generally mess ups.
I'm actually reasonably disappointed.
That is a lot of rice, and it's not being put down neatly. Messy presentation.
Oh,
Can
you're
you
going
not
to be
criticize my plating?
I am going to question how much rice there is on that plate. It's quite heaped. And it's everywhere.
It's believe me. This isn't even half of it.
There is no presentation to this plate.
Yeah, it's just cover it with food.
Did you buy those plates from Sainsbury's, or do they not have the Sainsbury's in Belgium?
Actually, I think you'll find they were shipped out by the show, specifically to plug Sainsbury's. You can find these in the homeware aisle of any good Sainsbury's.
Any good large Sainsbury's?
Mm-hmm. Your smaller Sainsbury's Expresses won't have the same goods, but they will have a lot of fantastic other ingredients which you can use to make dishes like what you've seen on the show today. And that is a lot of chicken all on one plate, but it's looking good. Using your fingers to move the food about isn't the best way, but these chefs have washed their hands, so I'm sure it's fine.
Hands are always clean. That's what eating washing up liquid does to you. Always clean.
Generally not a good idea to eat washing up liquid. I'll point that out.
Yeah, we'll put a disclaimer. Don't eat
Yeah.
washing up. Don't eat or drink washing up liquid. Not good.
That's a quite thick curry, but not wasting any of the ingredients there, which is good to see.
This is the Belgian way.
Now, Ben, you seem to be doing not much at all at the moment. You seem to be sat either admiring yourself on the camera or surfing the internet. Now, could you either tell us what you're looking at or what you're waiting for to happen?
Well, I'm looking at Nick and Rob.
Oh, checking out the competition. Good.
I have the question, the putting of rice on top of the dish. I'm sorry to interrupt, but that needs marking down.
But I'm waiting for my cake to be ready. About 25 minutes, but I will be making a topping to go over it before the cake is ready.
So, Ben, are you making a main course?
No, I'm not.
That's not a healthy lifestyle, my friend. A real man has to eat at least 2 things.
That is the. I have actually marked you down on the fact that you've managed to be slower than any of the others to get a completed meal, whilst only having done one, which might be unfair due to the cooking time of the dish. But I'm not a fair judge at all, so you're gonna have to deal with it. I also gave you -3 for Tesco's products because you've shown them 3 times.
You asked to see them.
I didn't ask to see the logo. I never asked for this.
Never asked for this, no. Much like Rick, he never asked for this. Now, I'm going to maybe stick up for Ben and say that whilst Ben has only done one dish, he has seemed to put a lot of preparation and effort into the dish that he's tried to make. So it's not like he rushed it. He, on the one dish that he's tried to make, he has put the time and effort into what may turn out to be a fantastic dish. Furthermore, we're going to have to cut from Ben over to Nick. Nick, without being biased towards yourself, how would you say that your chicken curry is?
It's wonderful.
It's
magical.
That's a pretty.
It's incredible.
Can't argue with that, really, can you? Without having tasted it yourself. I mean, I think the rate at which he's eating it really speaks volumes for how good it is. Going back to Ben for a second, I think it's fair enough, given that he'd already previously cooked chicken today, that he's not cooking a second dish, as that previously cooked dish would have been wasted. And yes,
I hate to interrupt, but my dish is finished.
fantastic. Need to see it. What's up?
Now, we haven't heard much from Wizzy today, so whilst Rob has his camera on the dish, Wizzy, what would you say about that dish? What would you say about the presentation of both Nick and Rob's meals?
How is this not well presented? This is perfectly presented. Even a dog would eat it. Well,
I'm gonna.
That's Robert's food. A dog would eat mine.
No, I'm going
I'm not racist, you know. No.
I would like to point out that the Ultimate League of Legends skins album has over 3,500 views.
Wow.
Uh,
And it's full of these. There's more. What is League of Legends?
It's over
I
1,000.
remember now. Nick, Shaco O'Neill, fantastic. Ben, Master E, fantastic. Brilliant. Both made me chuckle. What was even better was when I clicked on the link, I didn't even notice that it was made by you guys. I just clicked on it, I thought it was funny, without any bias. Shows that it's good. Shows that it's good.
That is true. If you guys haven't seen it, we'll link it with the hashtag.
Jeff will link it and then hashtag it on Twitter for you.
Right, I can find it.
Do you want me to link it to you?
Yeah, if you wouldn't mind. That'd be pretty useful.
Are you eating ketchup? Is your dish so horrible?
Whoa. I'm sorry, but ketchup and a steak, that's -3.
No, it's ketchup for the chip.
Oh,
Okay.
so,
Alright. Okay,
so-
you saved yourself from a nasty fate. If you have to put ketchup on a steak, that's bad.
No.
The chips, I'll let you go. I'll scribble it out. But I have given you a minus point for no hairnet.
I must question though, why is your bottle of ketchup bigger than you? How many babies have you killed for that bottle?
Many. At least a dozen. Maybe 6.
Were they
guys,
screaming?
I think next week, I think we should plug it to Gordon Ramsay on Twitter and see if he retweets us. Or
Fucking hell.
or even better, Ainsley Harriott, the #1 chef. We'll stay away from Anthony Warrell Thompson though.
Yeah, he's a bit of
He's a shoplifter.
he's not.
He was shoplifting from Tesco, which is a substandard supermarket.
Especially
and,
their security and the fact that their products are so low market and they're in such low market areas that they're
should not
affected
really
by
shop there.
shoplifters.
You should shop at Sainsbury's.
You should also
Yeah.
shoplift at Sainsbury's. So if you're going to shoplift, do it with high quality products. But don't actually shoplift, please.
Don't shop, please. We're not saying that you should, but don't. Just don't.
Oh.
I mean, if you have to.
The steak is awesome. Steak whiskey. Beautiful.
Sounds pretty nice. And how have those chips come out? Can you show us one close to the camera? Golden brown. That's good.
As all of our cooks know, no meal is complete without a sponsor. Lipton iced tea.
Available at Sainsbury's.
My sponsor's Sainsbury's, yeah.
Yeah.
Those sweet potato fries are actually really nice. I wasn't expecting them to be that nice.
Sweet potatoes, delicious.
Nick, how's your food taste? I'm quite curious. I'd like to try it.
What would you like to try?
The salad's quite simple. It's just some rocket with some cherry tomatoes and a balsamic vinaigrette.
Balsamic vinaigrette is delicious. So I'm liking the look of your dish. If I had to pick right now, I would go with Rob's. But we still haven't seen Ben's finished product, so can't cut out too early. And
I have not seen my cake.
we haven't seen Nick's cake either. So
In terms of main courses, I would pick Robert over Nick's at this stage.
As you can see on the right-hand side on the Twitter feed, you can see Paul Cosgrove, my comedy partner, has forwarded our hashtag PotsAndPuns to his loyal Twitter followers. So maybe we'll get some more views now. Who knows? We seem to have lost Nick as well.
No, he's back.
And he's back.
I've returned.
I am thoroughly enjoying this game.
Looks like it.
Okay. I'm gonna start to make my
Drizzle. Mm-hmm.
So, for those who have just tuned in, I'm one of your co-hosts, along with Jeffrey Barui and Wizzy. Say hello, Wizzy, if he's here. Hey,
Do
Wizzy.
not force our casters to introduce themselves.
And,
You see, he's a person just like anyone else.
He's not
Treat him
lesser
with
just because
respect.
he's from a Norwegian country. He's not from Norway. It's okay. Casual racism's fine.
here. You can
I was told.
buy these products from Sainsbury's.
That is a wheelie-shaped penis, Ben.
It's not that. It's for getting the lemon juice without getting the lemon pips. It's a very clever device.
yeah, very clever device indeed.
Your hands. That's how you get lemon pips. No.
You're right, but not everyone who watches the show is as hood as us, so they won't be used to cooking on such a low budget.
I wonder what Chef Robert is drinking with his dish.
Whiskey.
What type of whiskey, though? For my brother is an expert in whiskey, and therefore Jeff will note it down, and I will contact him at the earliest possible opportunity to check what type of whiskey and if it goes with your meal.
And we have to check if it's available at Sainsbury's as well.
And you have to check if it's available at Sainsbury's.
You know, all good products available at Sainsbury's. So if it's not available, then it's.
We're gonna have to discount it as a good product, of course.
Mm.
You've frozen, Rob.
An action pose.
Mm-hmm.
We're having some
I think
technical
he's died.
difficulties with Rob Barton at the moment.
That should be fine. It should be resolved pretty soon. I think Nick's starting the washing up.
Alrighty.
So I can tally his score, I think. That'll be
Well,
the meal.
well, you cannot yet tally the score because we've not seen the finished product of Ben. We do have half an hour left of the...
Oh, no, I was just going to tally away Nick's score. I've done his separately.
Apologies.
It's fine.
With half an hour of the show left, we're going to ask our sass expert, Wizzy, to go over the events of what's happened in the previous 90 minutes. Over to you, Wizzy.
Better. I can agree entirely with that. I think it's worth noting, however, that the chicken curry was rather hapdashly served, and that could really affect the reception of the meal, I guess.
There we go, once again. Oh. My phone seems to be being attacked multiple times. Twitter.
Right. I have songs as well lined up for the people and their scores. Well, in my head at least. Provided that nothing changes, they've got a song to go with their scores.
That's good. Is one of them "You're the Best Around"? Nothing's ever going to get you
That's the
down.
winner song, always.
Thought so.
But,
What's the song for the person who ends up in the middle?
haven't decided yet. It's based on numbers because right now the number. I'll explain the scoring system in the last portion of the show.
I'm back. Back.
Hello, Rob.
Our
Howdy, Rob.
page has returned.
Did you get the whiskey? Or
No,
before
we didn't. You died just before that happened.
Is the Glenlivet single malt Scotch whiskey, 12 years of age. Pretty good.
Please show it to the camera. I think that will be one that Master Whiskey Taster and Connoisseur Elder Galvin will appreciate. So, you have done well.
Do you encourage alcoholism?
We do not, but
don't.
we do encourage... go on.
I drink alongside a meal. It's fine.
French do it.
Mhm.
I believe we have come
And
to.
you're basically little French Belgium, aren't you? So, don't think you're in a position to talk. So.
A very exciting moment here when I'll taste my own cake. Will I throw up? I believe not.
How is it?
Better than ever before.
Great. That's fine.
I'm not throwing up.
That is better than last week.
It's a very important point.
Mhm. I could give you a bonus point for that, but I've got bonus points for the end. It might tip the tides. We'll see how it goes. We'll see.
It's one of these cupcakes there.
And we can't see the mixing. We can see that it's happening, but not what. Oh wow!
It's very gross. No.
It's lemon juice, so it's gonna lemon juice and sugar, but it'll be nice. If it's like what I've had before, it'll be nice.
Well, life gives you lemons.
You make what Ben's making. That's the truth.
Is Rob frozen for anyone or just me?
Yep, Rob is
no,
indeed frozen.
Yep, Rob's frozen in time.
I'm enjoying cupcakes.
He's dead.
When life gives you lemons, don't make lemonade. Make life take the lemons back. Get mad. I don't want your damn lemons. What am I supposed to do with these? Demand to see life's manager. Make life through the day and thought it could give Cave Johnson lemons. Do you know who I am?
And that's Cave Johnson of Aperture Science giving Ben a pep talk for his meal.
Engineers to invent a combustible lemon.
I'd like to counter that accusation by saying when life gives you lemons, make them.
Now, we're going to our special section whilst we wait for Ben to finish, called the Sass Master. I'm going to ask the Sass Master on the presentation of the chefs themselves. Over to you, Izzy.
Are you taking cover with pussy
I
whiskey?
can do sass. I can do sass. I'll
I go
take care
to
of it.
eat pussy.
All right, Nick, I'm gonna have to question board shorts in this weather.
Well,
Yeah,
to be fair, he is
The
on a
weather's
different...
perfectly fine in Belgium. It's very dark.
I'm sorry, but we don't take into consideration people of different countries. We're equalists here. So if we've got bad weather, you've got it as well. So sorry. That's
Ben, is it raining outside, or is your glass just frosted on your window?
Oh, it does look a bit frosted, doesn't it? No, I think that's the pebble dash of the building behind.
Ah, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Suppose it does look frosted, but now it makes sense. I've actually I've visited the residence of two of our free chefs. I've visited the Barton residence, and I'm pretty sure I've sat in that chair. I've been to the residence of Ben once. It's a fun trip. Funny story about that, but we'll tell you about that in episode 2. Just let's say it involved a certain Sainsbury's employee, a tall drifter, myself, and Ben.
And a frog.
And a frog.
Sounds exciting.
A beautiful display.
That does look a little bit like a loaf of bread. I have to question the pattern, the concentric circles that have been put into it due to the base you put it on. But also the uneven cutting, you've got like a corner missing.
Oh, he did test it
Oh,
though.
it's cake.
Yeah,
What? What is this?
it's a loaf of bread,
It tastes nothing like bread.
but it looks like it, and that's all we've got to go on. Looks a bit darker in the middle, suggests not fully cooked. Right, Sass moving along. Rob, your bottle of ketchup was bigger than you, so yeah, I can't do Sass. I'm not very good. This is why we need Wizzy. Fedora while cooking, probably not the best idea. Ben, your hoodie has your name on it, which is kind of eccentric. That's it. That's all I can think of.
With 20
I'm
minutes
pretty
to
sure
go,
it's a university hoodie, but I'm probably wrong.
No, it's my school leavers hoodie.
Oh, okay.
with 20 minutes to go on the show, we have to question whether or not Ben will be ready in time.
5 minutes.
5 minutes,
Right.
which will give us 15 minutes for scoring and to wrap up the show.
If you can get a score on the drink of choice of Rob, that'll be good. So then I
I
can tally it up.
can't, unfortunately, because Elder Galvin is currently at Latitude Festival,
Okay.
and I'm unable to contact him for this week's performance.
All right, that's fine. It shouldn't make a difference.
Shouldn't make a difference to the overall score. What I am going to say, though, is it probably is going to add at least a positive to the overall dining experience of Rob.
Okay. Would like to say both you and Wizzy have bonus points which you can don out as you feel necessary to my score.
Okay, I will bear that in mind.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to ask a presenter,
Mm-hmm.
Jeff.
Yeah.
What are you having for tea tonight? Tea being a northern word for dinner.
Well, for my supper, I shall be having probably leftovers from lunch, which was actually no, maybe not. I do believe some form of bulgur wheat is being cooked, so I might be having a bulgur wheat salad, which sounds delicious.
I see.
We should do that.
That is a
Hang on a
good,
sec.
good idea.
I
If
will
we
go and
have
have. I will go and have a look in the kitchen, and we can all do one. I'll be back in a second. I'll just throw it over back to Dan for a second.
Okay, and I'm back solo. Or
Keep my microphone program.
Wizzy is being a member of the RSPCA, the Royal Society for Protection and Cruelty to Animals, to the foreign viewers out there. Ben is there. Ben approves. Rob has frozen. No, he hasn't. He's just being very still. And he's back.
He's frozen for me.
No, he was just being very still. Very still. We're looking forward to a party at Barton's on Thursday. Should be good for his birthday.
Yeah.
I would like to invite Ben on behalf of Rob.
Yeah, feel free, man. We're gonna go to town afterwards.
I can't make it on Thursday, I'm sorry.
You're
For we are crafty people, Ben. For we are crafty people.
Spooky, scary skeletons. It used to.
Right, and I'm here live with our product of the week. I'd like to present to the camera chocolate crisp cereal. Now, for those of you who aren't breakfast connoisseurs like myself, you may be wondering, what is chocolate crisp cereal? I'll read it to you. Crispy chocolate-flavored oat clusters with milk and white chocolate rolls. And you guys can have a look at the information, the nutritional information while I get a little bit out. So, camera. We have what I like to call the meat of the meal. These little clusters of oats that are chocolatey flavored, as described, which add a crunch to the cereal. Also, these if I can find one. Little rolls of chocolate, just milk chocolate, which you can add in.
Did you purchase that from Sainsbury's?
You can purchase it from Sainsbury's, and I of course did. But if you're having difficulty finding it from Sainsbury's, just contact the management there, and I'm sure they'll be able to order it for you due to their service policies. And just a second, I just need to correct my mother as to where this is from.
I will continue with my product of the week.
And yeah, that's it for now.
This would be Biotex. It is a... I can't do it. It's very... Oh my god. It's the first...
You're serious?
Okay, while Nick is dying...
It's a very nutritional product. You can use it as both a cleaning catalyst for your clothes, or you could use it as a breakfast cereal. Very nutritional, very poisonous, but that's why we drink water. Maintain a healthy diet. I will now look to Robert for the product of the week.
If you're wondering why I keep saying it's Sainsbury's, it's because one of my friends who I'm doing this with, it's just a joke. I swear to God I'm going to kill that cat. One of my friends who I'm doing this with, he's a manager at Sainsbury's, just for a joke.
We have Thornton mini caramel shortcakes. You can purchase these from Sainsbury's. Shortcake squares covered with a delicious caramel layer and topped with smooth milk chocolate. Delicious as a dessert or a general snack throughout the day.
Because time's up. I'm feeling heated. I could have done something once, and I had.
At this point, I'd like to point out that my cake is very nearly completed.
Excellent, because we only have 14 minutes.
Yep, 14 minutes.
Cake. Fresh out of the oven.
Let's have a look.
Very nice opening where it's risen perfectly and split. Looks
That
nice.
does look like a fantastic cake. I appreciate the that thing that you have. That's a glove.
And,
The glove. I appreciate the glove.
we take a skewer and cut holes into the cake so that the sugar and lemon juice can dissolve into it.
Oh, that's better. Yeah, I understand.
I'm getting some interference from a certain Sainsbury's employee, so gonna have to.
Are we going to welcome him on for the scores?
No, we're not. We're not gonna
Okay.
welcome him on. He's trying to make me say some things, but we can't.
Understandably.
Understandably.
This is a really big thing of ketchup.
Yeah. We were thinking.
Eat from ketchup. It's 1,000 milliliters of ketchup.
I'm sorry, Lou, we can't do that. Sorry, carry on.
Kilograms.
There's a very essential spray. The ball of ketchup.
Ben, I apologise, but we are going to have to rush you. We have to get to the scores in 2 minutes because we wrap up in 10.
That's
So,
fine.
that's-
You can
Sure.
run scores while I'm putting on the sword.
Right, I'll actually do that if you'd like.
Okay then?
Alright. Actually, no, I want to do it in rank order, so,
Please.
No,
please,
actually, no, I'll be fine, I'm gonna have to say, in last place today, I've got Nick. Oh, and I'll rationalise it. I started everyone at 0 points, and, you lost one for, a shell falling in your batter. You got 2 marked down for a messy presentation. You got 1 marked down because of my skepticism that your cake actually existed. Until I saw it. You got another 1 marked down for you putting rice on top of the curry at the end, which was like, why? However, your portion sizes, your efficient knife usage, your avoidance of potential death, the fact that you were the first to have served yourself, and your cake looking quite nice, put you at around -1. So, you don't break even there, but -1. Rob,
Hey, my cake is finished.
That does look like a fantastic cake. Not going to lie.
it does look delicious, so I guess I can,
Why does the cake have a vagina?
just because. Right, Ben. I'm gonna have to give you -3 for mentioning Tesco's so many times.
When you're aware that our affiliate is Sainsbury's.
You were aware of our affiliation with Sainsbury's. I'll give you +1 for your use of an electrical mixer, because that's modernity right there. I like that.
Sometimes.
You lose 1 for being the slowest despite only cooking one dish. You get +1 for no eggshells in the mix, and another 1 for using whole range eggs. So it's good. And you get another point for it looking delicious, and adding a drizzle on top where it wasn't necessarily necessary. So all in all, you get.
Add nutritional value to this cake.
How many?
It looked nicer than yours. You got 0. You're sitting exactly where you started, which is fine.
Yes!
Second place. And then Rob.
Although I would like to say that
alcohol.
I've not yet given my bonus
That's
points.
true. So as it stands,
As it stands.
you're in second place.
Definitely.
Rob, you were first in the oven. That's 1. You get 1 for tenderizing. That was good. Another 1 for butterscotch mix. Another 1 for your presentation, which was good. You get another 1 for grilling, which is nice, and another 1 for your salad, which was also very nice. However, you didn't have a hairnet, so that's another 1 gone. You cooked it to rare rather than medium rare, so that's another 1 gone. Your camera angles weren't great, so that's another 1 gone. So I'm going to give you 3, which puts you potentially in first place.
Yeah, fair enough.
I will start off with Nick. Nick, everything that's been said is true. Although I would like to give you a bonus point